Last week, I was on a coaching call with a client who's doing really, really well in her career. She's capable, respected, and people trust her to get things done. But in the middle of the session, she paused and said something that stopped me in my tracks. She said, "I don't understand why I feel so overwhelmed. Nothing in my life is actually that bad. Her job is good, her opportunities are good, the people asking for her time are good, her family is happy and healthy." And that's when I said something that shifted the entire conversation. Sometimes the problem isn't that you have bad options. Sometimes the problem is that you have too many good ones. And no one really teaches you how to navigate that. Because the truth is, most people are not overwhelmed because they have bad options. They're overwhelmed because they have too many good ones and they have a hard time saying no. Opportunities, responsibilities, requests, family and friends, paths that all make complete sense. If you're the dependable one, the capable one, and used to being the person people rely on, you've probably learned to say yes to things that look good on paper, things that you don't want to miss out on. But quietly, they are also costing you something. Energy, clarity, peace, capacity. Here's the real problem most high-functioning people run into. It's not lack of opportunity, it's a lack of a filter, because not every good opportunity is your opportunity. And if you don't learn how to filter your decisions through what actually matters to you in this season of life, you can spend years building a life that looks successful but feels strangely misaligned or possibly even empty. Right? If you care about living and leading with intention, subscribe. This channel is about recognizing the patterns that shape your life so you can choose differently. Because values-based decision-making changes everything. Most people believe decision-making is about choosing the smartest option, but that's rarely the real change. Your problem isn't intelligence. Your problem isn't discipline. Your problem is the noise. Advice, expectations, pressure, what looks or sounds impressive, what feels urgent, what other people think you should be doing. And when those voices become louder than your own values, decision-making becomes exhausting. Everything begins to feel equally important. And when everything feels important, you start saying yes to things that slowly drain you without realizing it. I know this pattern personally. There was a season of my life where everything I was choosing looked right from the outside. It looked great on paper. Good opportunities, responsible decisions, things that made sense, things I should be doing at this point in my life. But internally, in those moments, something also felt a little off. It was that quiet gut moment when you feel it in your stomach as you say yes. But I brushed it off, and I brushed it off fast, because this is what it takes to be successful. It won't be like this forever. Here's the thing. That feeling isn't confusion. That quick gut moment is your body knowing deep down that something doesn't align. It's a signal. Like, hey, wait a minute, I should really think more about this before committing to it. But when you brush it off, you're making decisions without a values filter. Values are not inspirational ideas. Values are decision filters. Values are your internal compass. If something isn't aligned with your values, it will cost you later. Sometimes the cost is energy, sometimes it's resentment, sometimes it's the realization that you've built a schedule or a lifestyle that doesn't actually reflect who you truly are or the life that you actually want to be living. But when your values lead your decisions, something beautiful shifts. Clarity appears. The fog and exhaustion begin to lift. Clarity comes when your values lead. Decision making becomes simpler. Not easier, simpler. Because the question changes. Instead of asking yourself, is this a good opportunity? You begin asking something far more honest. Is this aligned with what matters most to me in this season? That single shift removes a huge amount of noise in your life. Your values become the filter, not the afterthought. With that filter, things naturally begin to fall away. You start noticing when something feels forced. You recognize when you're about to say yes out of guilt or pressure. And over time, your decisions start to look different. You move with more clarity. You naturally protect your energy. You choose intentionally instead of reactively. So let me ask you something. Think about the last decision you made that didn't sit right with you. Was the problem really the opportunity, or was the problem that the decision didn't reflect your true value? Tell me in the comments, where in your life right now are you saying yes to something that doesn't actually feel aligned or quite right? Because once you start noticing that tension and you lean into it a little more, you're already moving toward better decisions. And something else begins to grow from that alignment. Confidence. Not the loud kind that comes from proving yourself, the steady kind that comes from knowing you are choosing your life intentionally. Aligned decisions create sustainable confidence, not because every choice is perfect, but because every choice is real and honest. That honesty changes how you move through the world. It changes how you show up in the areas of your life. If this resonates with you, stay with this series. This month, we're talking about self-leadership. Knowing your values is one thing. Trusting yourself enough to act on them is a completely other thing. In the next video, we're going to talk about internal authority and self-trust, that internal compass. Because the moment you stop asking for permission is the moment your life starts to feel like it actually belongs to you again. If this conversation helped you think about your decisions differently, subscribe, share it with someone who might need this reminder too. I'll see you in the next conversation.